Hi, everyone.
Welcome back to the Chanel. At 80 years old, Tom Selleck made a confession that stunned fans everywhere. He was the only one who could do that to me. What did he mean? Who was this mysterious figure that shaped one of television's most iconic stars? From Magnum P.I. to Blue Bloods, Selleck has lived a life full of fame, family, and unforgettable roles. But behind the mustache and the spotlight lies a deeply human story of mentorship, resilience, and legacy. Stay tuned, because what Selleck revealed may change how you see him forever. Thomas William Selleck was born on January 29, 1945 in Detroit, Michigan. Raised in a middle-class household, his parents instilled in him the values of hard work, discipline, and perseverance. Unlike many Hollywood stars, young Tom didn't grow up chasing the dream of acting. His passion was athletics, particularly basketball. His talent on the court earned him a scholarship to the University of Southern California, where he studied business administration. To help cover his expenses, he took small modeling jobs. These gigs weren't glamorous, but they introduced him to the entertainment world. Casting directors were quick to notice his tall build, rugged good looks, and commanding presence. Soon, Selleck began training at the Beverly Hills Playhouse, laying the groundwork for a future he hadn't yet imagined. In the late 1960s and early 1970s, he started landing minor parts on television and film, but stardom still felt far away. The early years were not easy. Selleck went through countless auditions, endured rejections, and struggled to stand out in a competitive industry. Yet, he never lost his sense of determination. These struggles became the foundation for the breakthrough, role that would soon define his career. That breakthrough came in 1980, when he landed the role of Thomas Magnum in the hit CBS series Magnum P.I. For 8 years, viewers followed the charismatic private investigator living in Hawaii, navigating danger, humor, and heartfelt moments. With his easygoing charm, signature mustache, and natural charisma, Selleck brought Magnum to life in a way that captivated audiences around the world. The series wasn't just a hit, it was a cultural phenomenon. Selleck's portrayal of Magnum earned him an Emmy Award in 1984, along with multiple Golden Globe nominations. But more than awards, Magnum became a symbol of a new kind of TV hero, one who was courageous yet vulnerable, witty yet deeply human. Interestingly, during this period, Selleck was offered the role of Indiana Jones in Raiders of the Lost Ark. Due to scheduling conflicts with Magnum P.I., he had to turn it down. While many actors might have regretted such a decision, Selleck never did. Magnum had given him his place in Hollywood, and it was more than enough to cement his name in television history. Selleck didn't stop with television. He soon proved his ability to dominate the big screen as well. In 1987, he starred in 3 Men and a Baby alongside Ted Danson and Steve Guttenberg. The comedy became one of the highest-grossing films of its decade, charming audiences worldwide. The sequel, 3 Men and a Little Lady, followed in 1990, further solidifying Selleck's reputation as a versatile actor. That same year, he took on the Western Quigley Down Under, showcasing a different side of his talent. It was clear that Selleck was more than just a television star. He was an actor who could move seamlessly between genres, whether it was comedy, drama, or Western adventure. In 1997, Selleck made another bold career choice by appearing in the romantic comedy In and Out. The film was inspired by Tom Hanks's famous Oscar speech for Philadelphia, where Hanks honored 2 gay men who had profoundly influenced his life. At a time when Hollywood was still hesitant to embrace LGBTQ+ themes in mainstream films, Selleck's participation was a statement of courage and openness. He showed audiences that he wasn't afraid to take risks or challenge expectations. The following year, he returned to television in the sitcom The Closer, where he played advertising executive Jack McLaren. The series was short-lived, but it demonstrated Selleck's willingness to try new formats and explore comedy. Even when projects didn't last, they reinforced his image as an actor unafraid of reinvention. The 2000s brought more opportunities for reinvention. Selleck joined the ensemble cast of Las Vegas, playing charismatic casino owner A.J. Cooper. His presence added authority and intrigue to the series. proving once again that his screen presence was unmatched. But his most acclaimed work of the era came through the Jesse Stone TV film series, based on novels by Robert B. Parker. As Jesse Stone, a troubled small-town police chief, Selleck delivered one of the most powerful performances of his career. Stone battled not just crime, but also his own demons, including loneliness and alcoholism. Unlike Magnum's swagger, Stone was defined by quiet strength, vulnerability, and humanity. Critics praised Selleck's depth and subtlety, and audiences fell in love with the flawed but determined character. The Jesse Stone films became a long-running success and remain among his most celebrated work. Selleck also found ways to connect with younger audiences. In the 1990s, he appeared as Dr. Richard Burke, Monica's older boyfriend, on the smash hit sitcom Friends. His charm and maturity made him a fan favorite and introduced him to a generation that hadn't grown up with Magnum P.I. Then, in 2010, he took on what would become another defining role: Frank Reagan, the NYPD commissioner and patriarch of a family devoted to law enforcement, in the CBS drama Blue Bloods. The series has been a long-running success, and Selleck's performance brought gravitas and authority to the character. For many viewers, Frank Reagan is now as iconic as Thomas Magnum, proving Selleck's rare ability to reinvent himself across decades. Behind the spotlight, Selleck's personal life was equally remarkable. In 1971, he married actress and model Jacqueline Ray and adopted her son Kevin Shepard, raising him as his own. Kevin went on to pursue music and became the drummer for the rock band Tonic, which achieved fame in the 1990s with hits like If You Could Only See. Even after his divorce from Jacqueline, Selleck's bond with Kevin endured, a testament to his devotion as a father. In the mid-1980s, Selleck's life took another turn when he met actress and dancer Jilly Joan Mack in Britain while filming. The two quickly developed a strong connection and married in 1987. Their marriage has endured for decades, standing as a rare example of stability in Hollywood. In 1988, they welcomed their daughter, Hannah Margaret Selleck. Hannah chose a path far from acting, instead building a career as a competitive equestrian and successful horse breeder. For Selleck, family always came before fame, and this grounded approach shaped both his career and his legacy. But beyond family, roles and awards, the most profound influence on Selleck's life came from one man, James Garner. Selleck first crossed paths with Garner in the 1970s when he appeared in recurring roles on The Rockford Files. At the time, Selleck was still a struggling actor. Garner, already a star, could have kept his distance. But instead, he welcomed Selleck with warmth, generosity, and respect. "Jim wasn't just an actor I admired," Selleck later said. "He was a mentor, a friend, and in many ways a role model. He had this ability to make you feel like you belonged, even when you weren't sure you did." What Selleck learned from Garner wasn't about technique. It was about authenticity, humility, and respect. Garner showed him that success wasn't about ego or power. It was about treating people right. Their bond lasted decades. Even after Selleck became a star in his own right with Magnum P.I., when Garner passed away in 2014, Selleck was deeply affected. Years later, at 80 years old, he admitted with heartfelt honesty, "He was the only one who could do that to me." For Selleck, Garner was more than a mentor. He was the man who shaped him, not just as an actor, but as a human being. Today, looking back on his career, Tom Selleck stands as one of television's most enduring figures. He created characters that audiences loved: Thomas Magnum, Jesse Stone, Frank Reagan. Each one different, but all marked by his natural presence and authenticity. He brought humor to Three Men and a Baby, grit to Quigley Down Under, warmth to Friends, and authority to Blue Bloods. But beyond the roles, Selleck's true legacy lies in his values. His commitment to family, his humility in an industry often driven by ego, and his ability to remain grounded despite decades of fame set him apart. And perhaps most telling of all is the confession he made about James Garner. The acknowledgement that even icons are shaped by the people who inspire them. That's the legacy of Tom Selleck: talent, humility, and timeless impact. If you enjoyed this story, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more incredible Hollywood journeys. Your support keeps these stories alive. Thanks for watching.